It's the NFL on EA Sports. And up next is this team's sure-handed tight end. He's going to be a busy man in the passing game. Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one. And it comes your way next on Madden NFL 25.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. Thanks for having us in. Mike Tirico, Greg Olson up here in the booth. Should be a good matchup here, Greg. A couple of playoff teams a year ago that are hoping to take that ultimate step and get to the Super Bowl this season.
And oftentimes, that's the most difficult step, right? You go from being a perennial playoff contender. That's great. But now, how many of these teams can now say, okay, not only are we in the playoffs year in and year out, but we are a legitimate Super Bowl contender in any given season? That is easier said than done, but I think these two teams today both find themselves at the end of the
The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This returnable from the 4. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They'll be led out by the young man in his second season in the NFL.
Coming off a loss last time out, I think the #1 goal today, Mike, is he needs to make a bigger impact on the outcome of today's game. Last week, he was not bad by any stretch of the imagination, but it was really just a modest performance. He was okay. Well, okay at the quarterback position is not a winning formula week in and week out in the NFL. They need him to be a difference maker. They need him to be a dynamic playmaker. He's capable of all those things, and if we can get that level of play out of him today, I think they can expect a different result than last week.
Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They'll try to get the running game going. His first carry. He'll bring this to the 40. That's good enough to move those chains. It's a first down.
I think this 2nd down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Back to throw. Open man, left side. He's got it. Call it a gain of 13. That's enough for a first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw. Just trying to avoid the rush there. He's hit as he threw, and the pass is incomplete. Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face 3rd down. Now they'll set up to throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. Inside the 10, it is caught. And he'll be taken down. Great chance to make an early statement here on the road. It is 1st and goal. They'll look to throw yet again. He's got it at the 3. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. They'll try to run this one in. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal. They'll run. And this time, he's in. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
No problem there on the extra point, and the visitors will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
I think when you go back and watch last week's game, Mike, I think 2 things were at play. Number 1, let's give credit to the defense. I think they did a nice job of identifying some of the easy layups we've seen this quarterback hit from a week-to-week basis. They took it away. They made him go to his 2nd, 3rd check down through his progression. And then secondly, when the play did line up, when they did get the look they wanted, he just missed a lot of throws. So they know they cannot afford another pedestrian performance out of him this week.
Nowhere to get away, and he's going to go down.
Quarterback's having a hard time establishing any sort of rhythm here early against this defense. He fails to connect on the 1st down pass. They give him another opportunity through the air on 2nd, and it gets even worse. If they can't protect the quarterback and they can't get him some easy completions, it just makes everything for this play caller that much more difficult.
And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. They're all set to kick this one away. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back set to go once more. He had the touchdown on the opening drive, and as you see, coming into the week, ranks right up there with the leaders in rushing touchdowns. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, taken in, and he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Now here's a keeper on the zone read. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here is the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
On 4th down, out comes the punter. A fair catch signaled and taken at about the 18-yard line. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and He's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
Sometimes, Mike, your greatest strength can also be a little bit of your weakness. In this case, he is so used to being able to buy more time with his feet, extend the play, give his targets more time downfield to uncover. In this case, nothing materializes, tried to do too much, and as a result, takes a big loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They lead it here early 7-0 as they start with a 1st and 10. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. He'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. One of the tight ends motions right. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. A gain there of 11, and that will be a 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and there wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He'll go right and find his running back. A gain of 11 on that one. That's enough for a 1st down. He'll drop to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
It's hard to play that ball any better than the way that defender did right there. I mean, to stay patient throughout the entire play and make sure that not only are you in prime position to make it, but that once the ball is there, attack it, knock it down, and save a touchdown.
3rd and 9. Out of the gun, he'll throw, and he'll take it on in.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. 2 guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
The extra point is good, and the visitors move out on top 14-0. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. A return now from the 4. good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. The home team's offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0. The score as the offense tries to regroup and get going with 1st and 10. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. 2nd down and 8. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5. 3rd down, 3 to go. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it.
Well, nothing real fancy here, Mike. Not a huge pickup, but anytime on 3rd down, you got to know where the sticks are, who's your most reliable player, and I think everybody in this booth knows exactly what position that is.
Up the middle they go. Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9. Throwing over the middle, this one is complete. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Thrown left side, the catch is made. And he'll get about 8 on that one, most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Off play action, he'll set up to throw. Look wide, get this one complete. And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain. Try to pick this one up on the ground. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
No issues there. This one is good. And his guys get their first points of the game. They trail 14-3.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. 1st and 10. They'll begin here on the ground. The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple.
Well, there hasn't been a whole lot for this crowd to be excited about on either side of the ball, but at least now the defense is trying to be that spark. Nice tackle for loss there. Can they do something to build upon to try to get this team going?
And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and 3rd down coming up. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
To the air now on 1st and 10. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Gets it away quickly, and it's caught.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
He'll try to get this one on the ground. And it looks like he's going to have that first down. He will, not by a whole lot, but he's got it enough. And they convert on third down. Putting one of their tight ends in motion left. Oh, he just does beat the play clock as he'll set up to throw. A very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free and gains nothing.
What an advantage it brings a defense when you have cornerbacks that are such willing tacklers. It just brings an extra element to the ability to defend the entire field. And this is a great example here why.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. This one complete right side. And it'll be taken down at the 25-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. That one incomplete. They can't hook up there, and that incompletion takes us to the 2-minute warning. Your tight end motioning left here. Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. Looking middle of the field, it's complete. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. They've converted 2 third downs already on this drive. And here's 3rd and 4. Open man, right side. He's got it. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. It is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big...
To the goal line and in. Point after try forthcoming. The kick is good. And the visitors move out to a 21-3 advantage. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The home team's offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call. I could sit up here all day, Mike, and we could talk about the missed throw, but I think a lot of the credit has to go to the pass defense. Not only did they do a good job making it difficult for them to complete the pass, but I think they saved the touchdown along the way.
Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up 2nd down. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we send you to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman with the EA Sports halftime. And both teams ready to play on, so we'll do the same as we get set for quarter number 3. From the 6, here comes a return. Strong. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had trouble getting on track in this one. Really limited space to find an opening. The defensive front stopping him multiple times. Generally, he has not been a big factor in this game to this point. Right away, they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
All right, Mike, you know me. I tend to be an offensive guy, so if we're taking a big shot to start this half, I'm thinking touchdown. But rather, we go interception to begin the second half. Now, still an exciting play. I think we're going to see both sides willing to continue to take these risks, take these chances throughout the rest of this second half.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And we run you through the highlights here. It has been a very big performance from the quarterback position. Instrumental in leading and executing, and now trying to finish strong and take his team to the finish line. They'll come out throwing here to start. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
Through the first half, it was clear. This pass protection, this offensive line unit, they were clearly up for the challenge. The pass rush was non-existent. But here in the second half, you can sense a little bit more urgency. You can see them start playing with a little more speed and intensity, and it pays off there with their first sack of the day.
And that ball incomplete over the middle.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's the one thing they couldn't have there, the sack that might take them out of field goal range.
I don't have any real advanced analysis for this one, Mike. I mean, I think the simplest way to categorize it is this possession has been a disaster.
Special teams out to the field, ready for this punt, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. This team's offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Now, faking the give. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds. I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season. Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8. Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll run. It's a counter. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down. Tight end going in motion here. There's that man again. Another catch. And he's going to be taken down short of the marker. And that is going to set up an interesting 4th down decision. Punt team out, ready to send this one away. And this is going to work out for him. Out of bounds, and they'll mark it inside the 10. So now this team's offense getting set to get back to work. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back and in some of these coverage units when you know that ball's got to come out fast. And right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. He'll look to throw. He'll try to hit him with a screen. And he's going to get there. He got the 1st down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling.
The best time to call a screen is when the defense is anticipating pass. Allow that defensive front to rush the passer. Just get through the offensive line enough before you drop it to your back. Get out behind those big offensive linemen and pick up the 1st down.
A handoff as they try to run it here. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
Got a man. Good job coming back for the ball on the completion. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another 1st down. They bring the tight end in motion. He'll drop to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm.
Pressure gets there, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field. This is what every defense in the league is shooting for, Mike. Negative plays. That's how you kill drives. Force teams to play from behind the sticks. Great job here, taking them down for a loss.
Throwing now on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big one.
On 3rd down, they'll try to get it on the ground. And he'll take it down to the 22, but they've got it. That's enough for the 1st down. So, 3 quarters now in the books. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. Now a toss play, running left. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. 3rd and 6. Now a give on the ground. on 4th down, he'll send in the field goal unit. This from 34 yards. His kick will split the uprights. It's good. And the visitors will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Quick throw, taken in, and it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
He keeps it himself.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. That's 2 catches on this drive. This one for 10 yards and a 1st down.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
They'll look to throw again. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
He's going nowhere. That call, not the right one. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. This one from 47 yards out. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And his guys are back within 2 scores.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Throwing over the middle. This one is complete. And he's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. 2nd and a yard. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down. Now after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. They'll throw here on 3rd and short. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going. From the shotgun, it's a give up the middle. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the 4th quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. They bring a tight end in motion left. Now he'll run. And he's going to be taken down.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Here's a run to the 5-yard line. Here now, 2nd down and goal. They'll go with him again. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. They'll throw out of the gun. He pulls it in around the 5. And he can only get about half of what he needed. Down to the 3, and now it is 4th and goal. Out now is the field goal unit. They'll try to pick up 3 points here. This about as short as you can get. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. So, 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the visitors add on to their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Back to throw here to begin the drive. And he's going to be taken down at the 37. Now this offense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. So a pair of first downs moves him out to the 47-yard line.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
To the air now on 1st and 10. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now another timeout called by this offense. They have 1 remaining. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. They'll look to throw yet again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump, and they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful.
This is intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So often, Mike, defenders are just happy the ball ends up in his hands, but not this guy. I mean, the catch was one thing, but then the party really got started. I mean, look at this return. He gets one block. He gets another. He's got teammates springing him all over the field, and this offense is lucky this didn't go all the way back for a pick 6.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. He's got a rushing touchdown in the game already as you check out where he ranked in rushing touchdowns coming into this weekend. So it's a win for our visitors. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.